In this video, I'll be talking about a TV show named Upload that's exclusive to a platform called Amazon Prime Video. Now, Amazon Prime Video isn't necessarily known for stellar TV shows and certainly doesn't have the recognition as Disney or Netflix. But every now and then a show pops up which ends up winning the hearts of the audience. In summer of 2020, while aimlessly scrolling on Prime Video and seeing a bunch of ads on Reddit, I decided to give Upload a watch and honestly fell in love with the show. For a short amount of time, it was my favorite show of all time and I was a big supporter of it. Then more shows came on TV like Servant and Ted Lasso and the spotlight faded from the show. But now that season 2 is looking to premiere this year in March, let's talk about why the show is worth your time. This show has one of the best world building I've ever seen. The main reason why I really like Upload and got into the show was because of how deep the show went into explaining its world and how it worked. Oftentimes when we have shows that take place in a simulation, the rules aren't explained clearly, or most things are simply glossed over. Yet just like Nathan, the viewer also goes on a journey through the entire season discovering what this alternative reality is like. It answered a lot of questions I had as I was watching the show, such as, is there only one heaven? What happens if someone can't afford to upload? Etc. I genuinely enjoy learning about the world in a story because it's just interesting to see how far the creators went in to fill in and patch up all the plot holes. Plus, by knowing more about how the society in Upload works, it also opens up the imagination to the viewer of how their lives would be if they were part of that society. It got me thinking many times about what would happen if I was there. Would I be able to upload myself? Can I try certain things like rearranging my room or going on a vacation to a place I've never been? How would meeting with other people in real life work? Things like that. Upload also has a good story that kept me intrigued. Without going too much into the depths or giving too much away, the plot doesn't just revolve around Nathan in the virtual world, but instead the story runs parallel to what's happening in the real world and how the two might be connected. It has good pacing with every episode, though some might argue that it's a bit slow at some times. The romance doesn't feel forced. In fact, it happens at a natural pace and isn't always being crammed down the viewers' throats. Each episode also feels distinctly different. In dramas, you tend to have episodes that carry a single plotline, and as a result, it all starts to blend in together. But Upload, much like a cartoon series for example, has each episode focused on something uniquely different, such as how holidays are planned in the virtual world, dealing with hackers, different floors and tiers, etc. Yet overall, it has a single story that we're keeping up with. As I said before, the show goes deep into the world building and each episode provides something different for the user to enjoy. And best of all, it has good actors that give great performances. Seriously, I believe all the characters were written for them, and they do all a good job with what they bring to the table. The last reason why you should consider watching Upload is because it might be our reality one day. With the rise in popularity and discussion centered around Facebook's VR future called Metaverse, the show gives us a satirical version of what that world could look like. Now obviously the show and the Metaverse aren't directly connected or correlated. The show in no way should be affiliated with Facebook, nor does Facebook actively promote the show. Not to mention that uploading our conscious to the virtual world is almost impossible, if not at least for thousands of years still. But if we take a step back, it does talk about things which could be part of our reality. If we were to adapt Metaverse as our life, how much would it cost? Would someone be able to afford the metaverse? What would happen if they're not able to afford the metaverse? Are we going to start seeing differences in health of people who are in the metaverse versus not? These are all interesting questions to consider when watching, and it's relevant now more than ever. Compared to Ready Player One, where the world becomes desolated and depressing when everyone joins into their second life, Upload gives us a more grounded world, though with a more ludicrous concept. Much of the things still function the same in the show compared to our real life, which gives it a broader sense of realism. The show is really a great watch and I highly recommend it to everyone. In case if it gets slow, instead of turning it off, just start skipping a little bit ahead, but keep up with it because it offers really great ideas of what lives of people could look like in the future. It's genuinely fun and upbeat and never a side of sadness or depression. With season 2 right around the corner after 2 years, I can't wait to watch this entire show on my Oculus VR headset. Let me know if you guys are interested in watching the show in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time.